Hi folks, I'm Ilona and I decided to make a separate video with this weave. So I'm just going to cut the bit from the tutorial I made before. I give detailed instructions on how to make this weave, so don't get confused if I have a little project going on. To start with, you're going to attach your wire on one of the ends, one of the base wires, wrap it 2-3 times. So I don't trim that tail right away because it's easier to hold it like this. And now we already have our first rotations. Now I take this wire and bring it over both of those and fold it. See? All the way around. Then bring it forward again and wrap around again. Bring it here. Then I take it and put it in between my base wires and push it down. And again, bring it forward, in between, push it down. So we are beginning to have our 2-2 pattern. Now 2, 2, squish it, down. Both. One. See, the pattern is the same on both sides. There. Now we're going to do the same thing, but on our bead. For this, I'm going to use 26 gauge dead soft copper wire. I don't cut my weaving wire off the spool because, first of all, you never know how much you will need if you're making a big project. Secondly, it's much easier to work with it when it's on the spool. Otherwise, if it's cut, it's just gonna get tangled and caught on things. Okay, so let's start. Let's secure it on whichever side you want, really, it doesn't matter. See, I'm doing the same thing. Wires being difficult. Come on. Okay. So I'm securing it. What's happening there? There. And now I'm going to start my pattern. You can put it slightly apart here, but not too much. And go. Over 2, over 1, twice. Two, 1, 1. So the biggest mistake beginners make in wire wrapping is putting too much force in both holding the wire and wrapping the wire. See how I'm holding it? You hold it lightly. I mean, you still need to have enough grip to hold it, but you don't need to squish it. If your fingers start hurting from holding it, it means that you're holding it too tight. Copper wire is really soft, so if you hold it too tight, it will warm up and it will deform. and your weave will look like a snake. The second issue, I mean, it's really part of the same issue. When you wrap your wire, you don't need to use any force doing it. See how I'm folding it? Instead of, I don't pull, I don't tug, I fold it and just kind of push it down. If you put too much force into wrapping, you will, first of all, the base wires will get too tight and you will not be able to put the wire in between them. And secondly, again, it will deform your base wires. So I will just continue doing this. And your weave, it should hold, but you should also be able to move it up and down. So when I say that you don't need a lot of force to hold it, that's what I mean. So for example, it might be easier to start your weave here if you're not used to it. And then when you add more, you just push it down, push it down, push it down, push it down. And we're going to continue with this weave until we have about 3.5 inches. Okay, so here I have about 3.5 inches of the weave done. And let's trim the ends. So first I'll secure my wire the same way I did at the start. I will wrap it 3 times. And then I'll take my wire cutters and cut it as close as possible. And I check that there's no sharp edge. Okay, that's good. And the same on this side. Where is the little thing? There. So again, I will get as close as possible. Trim it. Okay.